My parents skipped my son's funeral, then demanded his $850,000 trust fund for my sister's wedding. My 6-year-old son, Ethan, died in a car accident on a rainy Thursday afternoon. 3 days later, I stood outside the funeral home watching people arrive as my mother's name flashed across my phone. I almost ignored it, but I answered anyway. "Honey," she said, sounding rushed instead of heartbroken, "your father and I are already driving to Nashville. Emily's wedding venue finally had an opening, and the planner couldn't move the appointment." I stared through the funeral home's glass doors. People who had known Ethan from school were quietly taking their seats. My son's small white casket rested beneath a spray of white lilies. "His funeral starts in less than an hour," I said. "I know," she replied. "We'll visit you another day." The call ended. Neither of my parents came. Neither did my younger sister, Emily. The funeral passed in a blur of handshakes, whispered condolences, and unbearable silence. My wife, Rachel, barely let go of my hand the entire day. After everyone left, we stood together beside Ethan's grave until sunset, unable to find a reason to walk away. Weeks turned into months. My parents never asked how we were doing. Instead, Mom texted photos of wedding invitations and centerpiece ideas. Dad called once to ask if I still had the guest list from our family reunion because Emily wanted to compare addresses. It was like Ethan had never existed. That wasn't surprising. Growing up, Emily had always been the favorite. When she failed a semester in college, Mom blamed the professors. When I struggled to pay tuition, Dad told me that hardship built character. Emily received a new SUV after graduation. I received a handshake. Years later, my life finally turned around. Two friends and I built a software company that grew far beyond what we imagined. When we sold it, Rachel and I invested most of the money instead of chasing a bigger lifestyle. After Ethan was born, my grandfather created a trust for him. Rachel and I added to it every year. When Ethan died, life insurance proceeds increased the balance to about $850,000. The trust had one simple instruction. If Ethan died before adulthood without children of his own, every dollar would be donated to a children's hospital. The money was controlled by an independent trustee, not me. I accepted that because it honored everything my grandfather believed in. About 4 months after the funeral, my parents invited us to dinner. Rachel declined. I went alone. Emily